Hi everyone, welcome to yet another session of Christ-Centered Conversations. Today I'm gonna talk about the article that I wrote, and the article is again a continuation of the 7 last words of Jesus. And this time I'm focusing on when Jesus was saying, "I thirst." Yeah, exactly. I have my own cup of tea.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thirst. So basically the idea or the inspiration that came to me when I was writing the article was as I was flying overseas for a school program, and as I don't laugh and as I was reading one of the papers, and this phrase came out, our 3 basic needs for food and security and love are so mixed and mingled and entwined that we cannot straightly think of one without the others. And so when Jesus said, "I thirst," it made me think about the human side of it all. When Jesus said, "I thirst," it was I think an acknowledgement of Jesus being fully God and fully divine and also fully human, right? So the acknowledgement of the human side, the needs of having food, of having water, of having security, and having love, And sometimes as Catholics, do we get into our own Jesus bubble, like this sphere in which all things are good, in which God will always protect us, will always guide us and all. And then because we get into that bubble, right, we forget that people are facing very real needs outside, that people are facing very real desolation, very serious depression and things like that. And do we try to rope them into this Jesus bubble with all is well, all is good, even though their situations are sometimes drastically dire, and you wonder to yourself sometimes, do we do enough? Do we actually do them justice in trying to put them into this bubble of ours? Because I feel like this quote talks about our needs, our basic needs being entwined. So how then can we talk about a God who is all-loving when we ourselves don't love them in the way that is tangible to them, like giving them food, giving them sustenance, or giving them just the human comfort, the human security that they need to be able to share with one another. And sometimes I think in our ministries we do that. We tend to try to, get people to get up this big mountain to see God face to face and stuff like that. But we don't realize that maybe even before the whole expedition up the mountain, they're having problems with their families. They're having financial difficulties. There's fighting with a disease that we may not know of. And do we really care for them as persons in this case? Or do we just care for them as potential fruits of God? Yeah. Do we become utilitarianistic that way? And so this article tries to look at this problem, or sometimes I think a very real problem even for me, that we sometimes forget that the person we're talking to is first and foremost a person, and a person with needs, as much as we ourselves are people with needs and with desires. And so you are first and foremost talking to a beloved child of God, a person of God, that a person that's unique in his struggles, but also in his joys and his loves. Yeah.
Right.
So
that a ministry member that you might be taking care of is not just a ministry member, but also a brother, a son, a father, right?
Yeah, totally, man. So I hope you enjoy the read, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.